Hey guys, Game.Film here, back with another video talking about more Palestine news updates, but just want to start off with a quick rant. I still see some people both siding this issue, and that is completely unacceptable. If you've been following my channel, you know that Israel has been terrorizing Palestinians for decades. In the 1940s, they've been keeping them in an open-air concentration camp for decades. Israel created Hamas because they needed a boogeyman to go after the Palestinian people. They know Hamas's funding. They knew October 7th was going to happen. And I'm not going to rehash all that, guys. I've got a 21-minute video going in detail how life was before October 7th and after. But this was never about Hamas, guys. I am sick and tired of having to explain this to people. You need to do your research, speak up, and if you're a content creator afraid of getting shadow banned, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is month 6 of an actual genocide. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get to some news headlines. I streamed a few nights ago on my Twitch channel. This is like a condensed version, so you don't have to like listen to me like umming and awing all the time. I'm pretty bad at that. I do speak a little slow, guys. I don't like to sound like a Ben Shapiro or Destiny talking all fast. That's not my style. So I know on YouTube you can kind of speed up the video a little bit because some people don't like hearing somebody talk so slow. So in these upcoming news clips, I talk about how Israel is firing on civilians waiting for aid. Some testimonies from civilians that made it out alive after being bombed. It's pretty graphic, but I hope you'll listen. How Biden's increasing the military budget more than ever before, and more. Watch. Israeli troops open fire on desperate Palestinians waiting for aid in Gaza City. This is from March 2nd. For the second time in less than 48 hours, Israeli occupation forces opened machine gun fire this evening, targeting hundreds of civilians waiting for desperately needed humanitarian aid southwest of Gaza City, resulting in multiple civilian casualties. Occupation forces opened fire on a crowd waiting for the potential arrival of aid trucks. And then on Thursday morning, occupation forces tanks opened fire on thousands of civilians at the same location as they were awaiting the arrival of trucks loaded with humanitarian aid. The bloody assault resulted in the killing of 117 civilians and the injury of hundreds. So they are lighting civilians up, y'all. And nowhere, this is not like they saw like, oh, well, there was Hamas was in there. There was a single terrorist. We had to take out hundreds of people, you know. They're just blowing them away, man. So this was March 2nd. 30,320 fatalities. Murdered. 72,000 injured. Thousands missing out of the rubble. Alright, World Socialist website. We have bipartisan vote. Biden signs a $1.2 trillion budget bill devoted to war and genocide. $825 billion earmarked for the Department of Defense. Largest ever military budget in U.S. history, topping last year's record by $27 billion and $100 billion more than in fiscal year 2022. So over 70% of this $1.2 trillion is earmarked for military spending. Yeah, we're still giving tens of billions to the Ukrainian military. Billions for Israel. And billions more for Taiwan. Jeez. Bipartisan border security agreement. Check this shit out, man. The far-right border bill would virtually eliminate the right to asylum, greatly expand the border police, enlarge the border wall, and grant the president new executive powers to shut down ports of entry. So, yeah, man, what happened to kids in cages? The Democrats are going to stop all that, man. Really embarrassing. Where's AOC, guys? Where's she at? ICE is going to get an increase of beds. 8,000 more. 2,000 more Border Patrol agents, bringing the total to some 22,000. While increasing the repressive state apparatus, the bill cuts funding by 20% to non-governmental organizations that provide social services for immigrants. Check this out. Defense News reported the bill includes $33.5 billion to build 8 ships,
while allocating billions more towards the construction of 86 F-35s, 24 F-15 fighter jets, as well as 15 KC-46A tankers. I think those are those huge planes that refuel other little planes in the air. Man, look at this. Like, another 2.1 billion is earmarked for the Army's long-range hypersonic weapon and the Navy's conventional prompt strike hypersonic weapon system. Look at all this crazy shit, dude. We don't need any of this crap. The bill also provides multi-year contracts for 6 advanced missile systems: the Naval Strike Missile, the Guided Multiple Launch Rocket System, the Patriot Advanced Capability 3, the Long-Range Anti-Ship Missile, the Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile, and the Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile. At the same time, the law prohibits any taxpayer funding from going to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, and eliminates funding for the United Nations Commission of Inquiry against Israel. So they're not... Whoa. So they're not... The commission that's investigating Israel, they're not gonna get any funding whatsoever. This is sad. You know that meme where... it's like a bomber and it has like Black Lives Matter and like a rainbow flag on it. They're just dropping bombs. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators change themselves to gangway of USNS Harvey Milk in San Francisco. Oh, sweet. They named it a ship after Harvey Milk. However, the ship was bound for Gaza to support Israel's military effort. So, Harvey Milk ship is gonna go commit war crimes. So I just thought I wanted to share this. Somebody pointed out this number's been increasing since October 7th. At least 95 journalists and media workers have been killed since October 7th. And someone pointed out that in 4 months, Israel's killed more journalists in 4 months than the entire, in World War II, 6 years of World War II. That's just insane. I mean, I've said this plenty of times. 70% of the people that have been murdered are women and children. Now we've got 13,000 children has been killed. And since October 7th, adding many kids were suffering from severe malnutrition and did not even have the energy to cry. Thousands more have been injured, or we can't even determine where they are. They may be stuck under rubble. We haven't seen that rate of death among children in almost any other conflict in the world. UNICEF Executive Director Catherine Russell tells CBS News. And of course, at the end of this article, since it's the time of Israel, it's pro-Israel. The war in Gaza erupted after Hamas's October 7 massacres. We saw some 3,000 terrorists burst across the border into Israel by land, air, and sea, killing some 1,200 people and seizing 253 hostages, mostly civilians, many during horrific acts of brutality and sexual assault. Hamas only targeted military targets. Israel opened fire with helicopters armed with Hellfire missiles. They torched numerous cars. They fired tank fire, killed their own. So these numbers are not from Hamas. Okay? More news is trickling out that Israel IDF killed their own that day. So I don't believe that number at all. And New York Times sexual assault, mass rape is getting shot down. That's been debunked.
Alright, so that about wraps up this video. If you're new to this channel and you're wondering why is a guy named Game.Film talking about Palestine and news headlines, we have fun and stay informed on this channel. That's the motto. I'm definitely doing game reviews, movie reviews, but I'm an anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist streamer as well, so I like talking about this kind of stuff and keep people informed. But never stop talking about Palestine, guys. Don't forget to like this video, comment, it helps beat that brutal YouTube algorithm, and definitely sub to my channel. And thanks again, guys. I'm out.